Hey guys, happy Monday. Happy beautiful fall Monday. If you've never tuned in here before, my name is Amy Howard. I'm the mother maker here at A Maker Studio, and we want to welcome you to our creative community. I always say that we are a group of women that all love the same thing. We love creating, we love crafting, we love creating a home that we love, and we just have different mothers. So we're all sisters from different mothers. So I want to give just a second to make sure that it's populating. There we go. Okay. So as you pop on here, say hello, tell me where you're tuning in from. And it's fun for me because I'm able to see so many of the same names. You think over the years that we have been doing this, the same names, and they're my community. It's so funny. Isn't it fun how we can have friends that we feel like we know them, we pray for them, we have a heart for them, we want to know where they live, we want to know what's going on with them because they're people that we've met online in communities, much like A Maker Studio. So as you pop on here, please tell me, hey, Michelle Wright. I'm telling you, right down the road, girl, y'all need to follow Michelle. Michelle, in the comments, be sure and put your the name of your business. Michelle is so incredibly creative, and I can't remember if I met Michelle through Amy Howard at Home or Maker Studio, but she is uber talented, creates beautiful art, and she lives here in Santa Rosa Beach. So I just want to welcome you on here. Be sure and say where you're tuning in from, what neck of the woods that you're coming from. Hey, Brenda from Venice. Hey, Kitty from Dyersburg. Dyersburg's just right around the corner from Memphis, Tennessee, which is my hometown, born and raised. All right, so here's a couple of exciting things, Laura. Hey, as you continue to hop on here. Hey, Elena, what a beautiful name. Oh my gosh, beautiful. I am excited because we're launching some new stencils, and I will say this about our stencil designs. And I know there are other companies that create things, and I will say this, and a lot of people don't know, but um, we we really try to set ourselves apart. A lot of people didn't know that I designed for F. Schumacher for many, many years, like 18 years. So I was designing furniture. I was really working in the space of a very elevated, high end line of interior design. And so when I look at crafting, when I look at creating, when I look at making things, I am looking at creating something that's a little bit more elevated, something that you might see in a really high end boutique shop that you might see and go, oh my gosh, that is absolutely beautiful. That's what I want us to create. And so the designs and things that we create, well, one, we try to do them that are very much on trend. I try to do things that I want to be able to have it where you can create your own art and then be able to have it in your home. Because I'm just going to tell you, y'all just tell me if you don't agree. Art is hard because it's either really, really expensive if you buy original art, or um, there's really very rarely that it's kind of middle of the road or more affordable. And so I like teaching people how to create. And so I've got a lot of things that I'm going to show you today that are geared more towards creating art and really kind of out of the box things. But I want to show you the stencils first, and then I'm going to break out and I'm going to show you a lot of Jennifer Park. Oh, I was seeing you're headed back to Memphis. Well, hello from the car, girl. Be careful. I hope somebody else is driving and you're not. So, hey Pam, I love that. A lot of people use. Hey Tracy, a lot of people use their husbands' names and things on Facebook, and I like that you tell me that it's you. So as you pop on here, continue to say hey. Here's the other thing we do when I do these Maker Monday lives. We always do giveaways. So if you're watching, you're catching me live, be sure, share this video, tag some good friends that you know love crafting a beautiful life, and your name goes in for a drawing. And we're going to be giving away some of the stencils that I'm showing you today. So the other thing is we say sharing is caring. All right, so and I can't believe we're doing this. I don't know that we've ever done this before, but the code today is new designs 20. you're going to be able to get all the designs that are brand new, that are just launching today, 20% off, and all the products that I'm showing you, which there are quite a few. So I'm excited to show you. So are you ready? All right. Thank you, Tracy. All right. So I'm going to show these up. I'm going to hold them up. I'm going to talk about them really quick, a little bit of the inspiration behind them, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you how to do some projects. They're so cute. I love these projects. All right. So yes, take advantage of the code. When you go to checkout on amakerstudio.com, you'll use the code new designs, plural, new designs 20, and that will allow you to get 20% off on all of this. Yes, new designs 20, all caps. Yes, good deal. All right, so drum roll, please. All right, these new designs, they're absolutely, now these aren't all fall oriented. When I'm looking at something and when we're launching them, I think about what you could do on a piece of furniture. I'm looking at what you could create as a piece of art. What could be a lumbar pillow in your, maybe on your bed or on a chair, or all the different things that you can use. And that's why I don't do a lot of words and signs as much as I like to create really beautiful designs. This can go in your crafting portfolio of things that you love making, because the designs are absolutely exquisite. And I will say this, I know there are other companies out there and they're all fabulous, but I want to say, I think our designs are some of the most fabulous, because so much detail, so much time and effort has gone into them. I think they're really quite beautiful. All right, so first one I want to show you. This one, here's the other thing, that I'm going to show you some of the projects that I've done with these. Don't look at the stencil all together. Look, you have to look at it how you can use different elements. And I'm going to show you that when I start going into the projects. But look at these, look at the detail on this. It is absolutely spectacular. And these are really large stencils. It allows you a lot of versatility. And I cut them up and use them into a whole lot of different projects. And you're going to see that in just a minute. So this is a running bunny. I love him. This isn't about Easter. Bunnies are in all year long. Absolutely. And they're really big in decor. And they're very, very, very popular right now. And I love, look at the little, even the little bugs and the flowers and the butterflies. I'll show you what I've done on that. But this is absolutely one of my favorites. And it feels like a very hand-drawn illustration. It's really, really pretty. All right. So something else that's very much on trend right now are peacocks. Look at this. Look at this. This is absolutely fabulous. Now, one of the other things that I love about our stencils that allow you to be able to create really beautiful art, can you see, look at the detail. You're going to see that in just a minute. The detail on this stencil is insane. It's absolutely beautiful. The composition of it is gorgeous. I love the fact that these two peacocks, this would make an incredible lumbar pillow. We actually did this in the sizes, so that would be great for you to be able to put on your sofa. But it's also, I'm going to show you an idea that I have done and played with, and I absolutely love it, in creating a piece of artwork, because peacocks are very, very much on trend. You're going to see peacocks in a lot of places just because they're very much on trend. You know how gnomes will be big for a while. Mushrooms are big. Peacocks are also really, really big. All right, so love this. Number two are our peacocks. Now, I love, I love going to Europe. And a lot of people, including my oldest daughter, Brooke, she loves London. And so we've got a Cheerio London stencil that has so many great projects. And they do marry up your Ferris wheels, your Big Ben. So many cute, cute things. So this is our Cheerio stencil. You're going to see this in a project that I've done that I absolutely love. And then something else that's very much on trend are very classic flowers. Now, I'm going to show you this and you're going to go, okay, I didn't even think about that. So we're going back to botanicals, classical botanicals that are individual flowers that can be used as art, and you can create them into a series, are big, big, big. So that way, I realized I forgot to bring my frames from Target. I'll show you. Target has some great glass frames that you can hang these in, and they're going to be beautiful. And you could do a series of 6 or 9 and hang them on a wall all together in your house, and they're absolutely spectacular. So I'm going to show you what I did on mine. So this is the last one. These are very classical 18th century flowers and leaves are very, very much on trend. So, well, good. Rebecca, I'm so glad. That makes me happy. So yes, these are all really large stencils, and it really does allow you to be able to have a lot of versatility on them, especially if you're working on furniture and art. All right, so now I wanted to show you all of these, and now I want to show you some of the projects that we did. So as you pop on here, please continue to tell me hello, where you're tuning in from. Don't forget to share this video and tag some good friends, and take advantage of the code for the next 3 days, today, tomorrow, and the next day. We have a code that you can get these brand new stencils in this launch 20% off, and all the products that I'm showing you here today. So I'm going to turn this down, and I want you to be able to see the projects that I have done. Does that work? All right, perfect. So I'm going to move this out of the way just a little bit. I'm going to move. We can get, Jean, you may want to kind of push that computer out of the way. Let me see if I can push this up just a little bit. All right, perfect. So now I know I'm going to start with this one. I love all of them, but I'm going to start with this one on what I did, and I was so pleased with how it came out. So this is the last one that I was showing you. This is a really large stencil, and the detail on the flowers, look at that, is absolutely exquisite. So I want to show you what I did. I thought it would be a lot of fun to create, and this was kind of actually my vision in this from the very beginning, when we were designing them. But I wanted to be able to create some very classical pieces of art that could be framed. I get very frustrated with art. It's so expensive. And I think it's a lot of fun if you can create something yourself to be able to show in your home. And I wanted to just show you, this is one. This is just in a little mat. I used just regular art paper, but I thought it would be fun just to be able to show you when there is a type of mat around it, how fantastic it can look. And what I do is I hand color it with the inks. And so again, I want you to just see, so how I cut them up like this. This is the one I just cut this out, and I'm getting ready to show you. I lay it on my art paper, and I do the stencil so I get it done in black, and it literally is like a coloring book. I get to come back in and I get to hand color it with my inks that makes it look like watercolor. It's so easy, so satisfying, and so fun. But the part that I love about it is that now you can create a series of arts that you can hang up and frame. All right, so here's another one that I did. Now, I want you to notice one thing. When you are doing these, it's really good to have kind of a synonymous, a feeling of all of this going together. You see the greens are going to usually be the same. I can incorporate different colors into my flowers, but I really don't want, if you're going to have a series of art, if you're looking at something maybe from the 18th century, the 19th century, which what this is, the trend from. Thank you, Michelle. You're so sweet. So, hey, Mary Jo, I just saw you on there. Hey, Jennifer, thank you for sharing. All right, so this allows you to be able to have kind of a feeling, not that the colors are all going to be the same on all of them, but I just want you to make sure maybe a really strong color, which our greens are always going to be a strong color when we're doing more 18th century inspired botanicals, is that green pulls it together and that you don't get too many greens, no more than 2 or 3 that you're working with. So I wanted to show you this. Now, I want to show you how I did it. Isn't that fun? Now, I will tell you it's kind of fun. You see how I signed it. So you think signing your name to something is okay. If you did the work, if you hand colored it, it's part of your execution, and it really makes for a beautiful piece of art. I think these are pretty enough to actually be for gift giving, but I want you to think about having your own art in your house yourself. All right, so now I'm going to show you how I did this. I'm just going to take my art paper. This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of art paper. And I'll cut out I'm going to cut this one out. So I usually will leave my sleeve together so that way it's really easy for me to just pop them back in here. But again, the whole reasoning in doing this was that you would be able to have a whole lot of designs to be able to do. And I want to show you this. Where was that frame that was there from Target? No, the frame. Oh, I just was going to show them the frame. All right, so now select the flower that you want to be able to do. And if you're not familiar with our stencils, they are adhesive. You don't have to put them on a piece of paper to take it off. It works really well on paper, but it's very, very sticky, and it allows it to be able to hold it in place. And I'm just going to kind of place this in the center. It's so weird working upside down for me. Let me turn this around for just a second. The good thing about it is repositionable. So if you get a bubble in it, you want to make sure that you get that out. I don't have a problem with the bubble on the gray, but I don't want a bubble when I'm actually working on the art. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay my stencil down like this. And I'm going to come back with our ink. And again, take advantage of the fact that everything that I'm showing you today is on sale with a 20% discount code. Hey, babe, can you hand me that black ink over there? Oh, wait, hold on. All right, so now I've got a little bitty cup. Okay, I was just going to show him the frame because it already had a mat in it. It's all good. So I'm working with Can't Never Could. This is our black ink. What I like doing is working either with a dark gray, a dark black, or a dark brown to actually be the lines that I can color into. So now you want to make sure that your brush, if you're going to use a brush or a squeegee, that is completely dry and it's not wet. That's going to allow you to be able to not have it moist. And I will notice sometimes if I pop my brushes or my squeegees in my water, and if I grab them and they're too moist, it will mess up my stencil. So I'm telling you that more as advice. Okay, here we go. So here it is. Here's a frame with a mat that I get at Target. And sometimes, as a rule, and these are great to put your art in. So that way it's already got the mat, it's got a great frame, and then you pop your art in the center, and you can get these as a rule for about $18. So I love that. All right, so now I'm going to go on. Again, it's a preference if you want to be able to use a squeegee. Sometimes it does go a little faster, and I'll just show you for a spreader. This is definitely the way to go when I'm doing my black. All right, so now pop that in there. So now you're going to have to go to the edge and be able to pull just a little bit of that up. Take your time and then pull this down. Perfect. All right, so now what we've done, we've got our base to be able to do our flower. So allow this to dry for about 10 or 15 minutes. If you want to pop it with a hairdryer and just be able to let that dry, look at the detail on that. That's going to make it where it's perfectly okay. So then, if you want, you can come back. I'm going to get one that I have started. This is one that I was working on. And what I do, I'll do a combo of my oh, that had size on it. That's right. I'm looking for my brown. All right. So very rarely for me, when I'm creating art, do I use the ink straight out of the tube. Now, our art inks can be used on fabric. That's one of the great things that it's for, but you can also use it on paper. You can use it with your artwork. You can make it on cards. And it is so easy and fun to work with. But what I want you to remember, you can also use it to be able to watercolor. So I mix a green that will be a combo and to kind of make it a little bit earthier. So I took my grass is always greener and a little bit of my brown, which is Swanee. I mix them together and it gives me a really authentic looking kind of 18th century green. Again, why am I doing this? I'm wanting to be able to replicate some flowers that have actually been in 18th century art. So I'm going to take one of my smaller flowers and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of water because I want it to be really thin, like it was watercolor, like this. Let me see if this is dried enough so at least I can show you. All right, so now I'm just going to come in. You do want to make sure you have a smaller artist brush, and you're just going to lay in this color like this, and you're going to come on top of the center and it literally is like just hand coloring. It's so satisfying. It is one of those things to where you can turn your favorite music on